Silver friends, this is Joli from Quicksilver Hair, and today we're going to talk about 4 salon services that you should know about that can ruin your silver hair. I get countless emails asking about this, and usually it's after the fact. A lot of people come to me thinking that the damage that's been done by one of these services can be undone, and most of the time, because it is a chemical process, it cannot be undone. And often these processes are damaging not only to the hair, but to your color. They will discolor the hair. And I feel like it's time for us to have one video here that discusses all of these services and the potential issues that can come with them when you have silver hair. I have heard devastating stories and heartbreaking stories about these services ruining someone's silver hair. And while it is just hair and it will grow back, we spend an incredible amount of time in the silver hair community dedicating ourselves to ditching the dye and growing out our hair and keeping it as healthy and as beautiful as we possibly can. It's a dedicated thing. It's something we spend time and effort taking care of. So it sucks when you go to the salon thinking it's going to be something that will be, ultimately good for your hair and something that will make you feel good about yourself, and you walk away disappointed or with damaged hair. I don't want any of these things to happen to you, so that's why I'm doing this video. So here we go. I'm going to insert a disclaimer here. These are my thoughts and opinions based on what you, my viewers and followers, have told me. If you have no issues with these treatments, I completely get it. Carry on, my friend, and enjoy the process. My suggestions are based on what I would do myself or what I have found others successfully using or doing in our silver hair community. I don't do any chemical treatments on my hair, simply for allergy reasons, but I would still be very careful of anything where I did not know what would happen. Please understand this is my way of giving you the information that can help you avoid damaging or discoloring your hair permanently. Okay, so let's get started. Number 1 is Keratin Treatments. Keratin Treatments can yellow your hair. I think this is a twofold issue. I think a lot of these products contain formaldehyde, and formaldehyde will cause yellowing. I'm not going to get into why formaldehyde should be banned from hair care products, but they're there and they are in Keratin Treatments. Also, a keratin treatment is often done with a high heat blowout and high heat flat ironing. So I would avoid the high heat if possible. If you can get your stylist to turn the temperature down on their flat iron to 365 degrees, at least you're only at the max point before damage occurs and not beyond it. And ask if it's possible to use a heat protectant at the same time. I don't know how these processes work where, if you can add a product like a heat protectant on top of it. Some of them probably have pretty clear instructions to use alone, but if it's possible, that would be one thing I would ask for. Another way to mitigate issues with it is to ask for formaldehyde-free products and for products that are designed for gray hair. I did find one product for gray hair specifically that's called Cezanne Ultimate Blonde Keratin Smoothing Treatment. It's designed for light colored hair, so it has toners in it to help mitigate the brassiness that comes from the treatment. It's also formaldehyde free. Please remember though that once this damage is there and done, the toner is only covering it up. It's not going to be your natural color hair under there if the process changes the color of your hair. In the description box below will be a link to that product. I do want to give you a fair warning. This is a professional product, so your stylist will have to get it for you. Do not order it from Amazon. I did find it on Amazon, and I would bet that it is a black market product, and you do not want to add black market product to this scenario and cause another issue entirely with something that may not be what it should be. Number 2, I have put a set of services here because they all use similar chemicals to achieve the desired look. That is permanent waves, relaxers, and Brazilian blowouts. These treatments all have chemicals in them that break the bonds in your hair and reset them into whatever pattern you're after, whether you're doing a perm and you want it to have a curl pattern, or you're straightening it with a relaxer or the Brazilian blowout. These also often have formaldehyde in them. The chemicals used for these processes often lift the cuticle and accelerate oxidative stress. And oxidative stress is one of the #1 things that is going to cause yellowing for anyone's hair. There are different reasons for oxidative stress, but accelerating it with a chemical is quick. It happens very rapidly. So I've heard a lot of people come to me who've had a permanent wave put in or a Brazilian blowout, and their hair was yellow when they left the salon. There are, again, products that are specifically designed for gray hair. For instance, I found one and only Shiny Silver Perm. It has anti-yellowing agents in it to help mitigate the yellowing from the chemicals in the perm. So that would be one that I would ask your stylist if you can purchase yourself, or if they can purchase it for you and bring it in to the salon for your service. There is a link in the description box for that perm. You can buy it directly from their website, or you can get it from Sally Beauty Supply. #3 is bleach and highlights. And if I could get this plastered across every salon wall in the United States and beyond, I would. Bleach does not whiten hair, ever. It always turns it a pale yellow color, and you can get it pretty pale. However, if you bleach gray hair, it will turn yellow. If you go to your stylist and you ask them about yellowing and they suggest to do bleach or highlights, say no, don't do it. I have a whole video on this. I will link it up here. And I did an experiment where I bleached hair as far as I could bleach it down, and it never went to white. I even bleached my own hair to see if my gray hair would bleach to white, and it went from this to this. This is my hair. And you do not want to have that happen at the salon. You don't want to end up with your hair bleached. And the only way to deal with it is toners. You would have to grow that back off and use toners to grow it back off. There's no such thing as whitening hair with bleach. At least not yet anyways. So to recap, any chemical processes that you do, like Brazilian blowouts, keratin treatments, permanent waves, relaxers, or bleach and highlights, will turn your hair yellow, and it will cause a discoloration that you cannot undo. These processes are chemical processes that accelerate oxidative stress. Once the change in color or the texture has happened, it cannot be undone. So it's something you want to be really careful with. #4, vitamin C or Malibu C clarifying treatments. I have a full video I'll link up here on this discussion. These products are marked on the packaging to not be used on white hair. However, at the salon, they're being used on white hair. And I don't know why. I don't know why people aren't reading the instructions and not catching that they should not be used on white hair. But I have seen discoloration anywhere from pink to a caramel brown color. And for whatever reason, the chemical reaction that happens is accelerated by heat. And once heat is applied, it's over. It's done. It's permanent, and it cannot be undone. It can't be removed. I have heard terrible stories about Malibu C, and one of the worst was very surprising to me. I was surprised to hear that she did not experience any of this discoloration, but she ended up actually with very dry, very damaged hair that she had to cut off. I received this email from a lady who, once I read the email, I burst into tears because I was very upset for her. I can only imagine, given that we have a similar hair type, how I would have felt if it had been me and had my long hair go through this process. I asked her if I could share this email with you, and she very graciously said that I could. Hi, I just came across your YouTube channel today and wished I had discovered it a few days ago. I had a horrible experience with the Malibu C during a salon visit. I have, or should say had, beautiful gray hair. I have received many comments by strangers on how beautiful my natural color is. It's a mixture of dark gray, silver, some white, and my own dark brown underneath the grays. My hair hit at the bottom of my shoulder blades. I hadn't had my hair trimmed for quite a while and was expecting to lose a couple of inches. However, I wound up losing over 6 inches because of the Malibu C treatment. I had some yellowing I wanted lifted, and the stylist used the Malibu C and told me she was using a double treatment of it. When she rinsed it out, she asked me if my hair normally tangled when wet. I said a little when it needs trimmed. We go back to her chair for the cut, and she said this is going to be challenging. Then she said she could not comb through it. She held up a completely felted big hunk of my hair that was at least 3 to 4 inches long. Looked like a dog who had mats so bad it needed to be shaved. I was shocked. There was no way to get this out other than cutting it. So now my long, beautifully curly hair is above my shoulders. My hair is slow growing, so it will be a while before it's long again. I just wanted to share this as I haven't seen this particular issue in any comments on the product. My hair is very fine, and it was definitely overprocessed with the Malibu C treatment. It's also very dry now. The situation is proof that you need to advocate for yourself at the salon. If your stylist offers you a clarifying treatment, stop them. Ask them what it is. Look at the package if you need to, because the Malibu C treatment says not to use it on white hair. Do not just let someone do one of these treatments on your hair without knowing what it is. If they push back, tell them no thank you. My recommendations. If your hair is thin, fine, or weak, do not do any of these treatments. The thicker and coarser your hair is, it may mean it can be somewhat more resilient to these treatments. Just remember, it is a chemical process that alters the pH of your hair. It accelerates oxidative stress, and that always leads to the potential for discoloration or damage. Invest in a test section. This might be a pain in the ass. It may cost extra. It might mean a single trip to the salon for the test, but do a test section. Test your hair to see how it reacts to these processes and treatments. It will be worth it in the long run to make sure you have no issue that you cannot undo. It will likely cost you more pain and suffering in the end if you don't do a test section. So what do you do if this has already happened and you already have damage? If your hair is damaged from the aspect of being dry and crispy or feeling fried, the best thing you can do is trim up as much as you can and include a good deep conditioner in your routine to help the condition of your hair return to a softer, more manageable feel. If the discoloration has occurred, that is the yellowing that we often see, this is when your stylist can apply a toner to help tone down the yellowing, or you can start using a purple product at home like purple shampoo, purple conditioner, or a purple hair mask. That is when these products are most needed, and you'll have to use them until you grow it off. Okay, so that's it for this video. I hope you found it helpful, and if you've already had this happen, I'm sorry. I wish that it hadn't happened, but hopefully this will prevent this issue from occurring in the future for more people. I have, as always, linked everything that I've mentioned in this video in the description box below. My email newsletter form is also in the description box. You can click that link and sign up to get notified when I have new content launched. If you have any questions or comments, please leave those in the comments section below. I always look forward to the discussions on my videos. And while you're down there, like this video if you found it helpful. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do so now because I would love to see you next time. Until then, shine on.